One of the key components of a soil test program is pH. Anybody want to give me an idea of what pH is? We've all heard it. We maybe understand it. Anybody want to give me a kind of a clue of what pH is? Okay, so pH stands for the amount of hydrogen in the soil. Essentially, that's what it is. pH is a logarithmic function. So the difference between 6 and 5 is actually a factor of 10. Okay, a lot of people think, oh, from 5 to 6, that's just 1 point. That's not a big deal. It is a big deal because it's a factor of 10. But it even gets more interesting because it's 10 times 10. Okay, so the difference between 4 and 6 is 100 times. The difference between 3 and 6 is 1,000 times. So pH becomes very quickly a really major point. So what happens with sometimes people, guys that start out doing tree work, and because they have to deal so many times with issues that arise from, they finally say, you know what, I'm going to just get into turf so I can control the situation and do it the way it's supposed to be done. All right? So don't be surprised, you guys that are starting to look, just don't totally ignore that possibility. Okay? Just don't say, turf, I'm a tree guy, I'm never touching turf. All right? There's a reason when a lot of tree guys get into turf, because in the long run it helps them manage the trees better. And what are you noticing? Are you picking up a pattern here? What's the pattern that has developed? Anybody see it? If you look between 6, 5, and 7, what do you notice? They're most available. So if you look at the column between 6, 5, and 7, most of the nutrients that we need are most available. The question and the answer that you want to know is, of all the nutrients that are in the soil, what are available for the plants to use? Remember we talked earlier about nutrient availability? That's the question you want to know. To get that information requires a different protocol, a different procedure, a different process within the lab to get that information. So about 40-45% is made up of the sand, silt, and clay, and the rest is this: organism, roots, and humus, organic matter. And because they're so small, maybe we sort of slough them off and say it's not important. You know, it's not just a small piece of the whole puzzle. It's a really small piece of the pie, literally. It's like, why do we need to worry about it? It'll take care of itself. You know, nature's out there. Nature will take care of it. Well, what we have found out over time is that it is incredibly important. If you are hungry and the stomach starts growling, what room in the house do you go to? You go to the basement? You go to the attic? You go to the kitchen. Why? That's where the food is. So think about this. If you put down a slow-release fertilizer on top of the soil, and it slow releases its nutrient, where do you think the roots are going to grow to? They're going to go up. Where do you think roots should grow down? I just gave it away.